I'm Bev, and I'm really excited to tell you about our Benevolence Offering, which will be on November 22nd. Every year, we take up an offering to serve the community both locally and beyond. Through your generosity, over the past 12 months, we have been able to invest $35,000 to help people who find themselves in need. I thought it'd be great to hear some stories and testimonies to encourage us in our giving this year. So first, we're going to hear from Brian and Maude, who head up our Benevolence Team.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the areas the church has been helping people through benevolence. Homelessness is a big issue. Food, obviously, a lot of people needing food. Gasoline for their cars to get to work or doctor appointments. Sometimes transporting them to those appointments. Rent assistance. And also helping with medications or insurances that have been behind. We usually do try to talk to whoever the caseworkers might be or the welfare department, housing, health and human services. We usually give calls to people that are working with those.
One thing we always try to do is to spend a little time with the people and be able to pray with them before they leave, because we feel like that's a very important thing for us to do in addition to the physical needs that they may have, this to try to fulfill spiritual needs at the same time.
Our church community is such a giving community. Amen. And not only do they help out financially, but in some of these cases, someone just needed a piece of used furniture, and we were able to hook them up with someone in the church that had that furniture and maybe a ride or some groceries. So it's not just a financial piece, but the church has also been very supportive in helping in the benevolence through other means as well.
Those two do such a great job. And Maude actually has a background in social work, so she's great at talking the lingo and knowing what sort of resources might be available for people. Now we are going to hear from Ray, who is the director of the Act 2 Recovery Program, and she's going to let us know what they've been up to.
Well, Act 2 is a life change program, and we seek to promote emotional health and support long-term recovery through peer mentoring using the Genesis process, by offering life skills classes, and also by connecting people to community through our Act 2 Cafe. We continue to serve the ladies at Lydia's House of Hope. We're in our second year of sending in a team every week to teach the Genesis process. And this year, an exciting development has also been that we've been able to serve the ladies at New Generation Shelter, which is a family-oriented shelter for homeless pregnant women and their babies in Greenland. Their residents come to Act 2 Cafe every other week. First of all, they enjoy a class. The class for this semester is called Reflections, the Mirror on the Wall. Each week we discuss and scrapbook about a different aspect to do with our own image, but looking beyond the mirror to the person on the inside, about being content with who we are and how to develop strength, respect and self-worth, and how to pursue our dreams. We usually fit in a visit to the rack. I mean, we might be working on developing our inner self, but we don't ignore the outside self, and we all know that a new outfit can boost our confidence. And after that is on to the cafe and art class, which is really a therapeutic activity, a chance to try new things and to chat with a wider group and just to be connected to community. So it's going really, really well. We're really excited. And Wednesdays are my favorite day of the week. Thanks, Bev.
I thought you might like to see what the Act 2 Cafe looks like, so here are a few photos. As Ray mentioned, the art is so much fun. Coming from someone who's not very artsy, it is really fun to be shown a new technique and get to play around with some colors and different variations. And I know that the women, particularly from New Generation, have really been enjoying it as well. It's been great to build friendships with them, and I know that they love shopping at the rack. So way to go, Lisa, with the rack. If you haven't gotten to see it, it's really incredible, and she's done such a beautiful job setting that up. Now we're going to hear from Amy, who is the Family Service Director at New Generation, which is a safe, family-oriented shelter for pregnant women and their babies. After that, we'll hear a testimony from our very own Lori with what Act 2 has meant to her.
Hi, I'm Amy from New Generation, and I just wanted to say thank you to Ray and everybody at Act 2 for the amazing programming and services that are provided that help our women come to a place where they can feel non-judged and really open up to learn new things about themselves and their family. So thank you.
Hey Lori, can you just let us know what Act 2 has meant for you?
It's been amazing. It's an amazing time to be able to come to be with other women, to encourage and to empower and to pray. And then we have the other girls who come in and do the art projects with us or anything we might be working on. It's so encouraging to be able to come and share time with them, to see how the Lord can touch and bless their lives. Share my testimony to let them know no matter how bad it gets, God always makes a way. And he's so amazing that now I am going to be working as a manager towards Act 2.
So you're the newest Act 2 manager. That's what we're looking at right now.
That's what I am for now.
You may have heard Lori's story from when she was in the recovery program, and now it's great to see her as the new Act 2 cafe manager, and she does a fabulous job with it. Next, we're going to hear from Johanna with an update on our work in Gosling, Meadows, which is a neighborhood right up the street from our church building.
2020 has been a really exciting year for us at Gosling Meadows, although it started a little bit differently than we anticipated, with having to be outside of the community for the first couple of months. We were thrilled when Portsmouth Housing reached out to us at the end of May and asked us to resume all of our activities there in June. And since then, over the summer, we've been able to hold a weekly kids club, as well as a few teen events and pick up soccer. The kids really enjoyed the soccer. We also have been able to continue Thursday night dinners and have been really excited that even though they're to-go meals, people hang out and want to engage in conversation and are really excited when we show up. So we're just really thankful for the favor that the Lord has shown us in that community and are excited to see what the next season holds. We're thankful that we've built relationship not only with the residents, but also with Portsmouth Housing, who have recognized the consistency and the heart that our church has shown over the past 5 years. So we just continue to seek the Lord for his guidance as far as next steps go, but we are just overwhelmed with gratefulness for what he's already done in that community.
Johanna puts a lot of time and thought into blessing the kids at Gosling Meadows, and it definitely shows. While we've been very fortunate in New Hampshire to not have significant COVID outbreak, some of our sister churches in the region have had a very different experience and been very hard hit. I got to catch up with Daniel West, pastor of the Potter's House in Providence, Rhode Island, and he told me about a couple of ways that they've been able to bless their community through this time. Their church has bought food and distributed to elderly housing units throughout the city of Providence, which is pretty incredible. And they've also provided food to families in their church who have had to quarantine. Actually, 45 people in their church have had COVID, so they've been very hard hit, and they've been able to bless those families with providing and shopping for food for them. They've also gotten to cover rent for one of their elders who was without work for a period of time, and also an older woman in the church who doesn't have family here in the U.S. and is unable to work at this time. So these are just a few of the ways that they have been blessing their community, and we've gotten to be a part of that as well. Church, these are just a few areas of impact from our Benevolence Fund. Isn't it great to hear those testimonies? I want to encourage you to be asking God what you can give to this special offering on November 22nd. It's such a great way for us to be able to bless those within our church body, locally in the community, and even beyond that. And maybe you can't give monetarily, but you'd like to serve in one of these areas. If so, please email us at hello@newfrontierschurch.com. And for this benevolence offering on November 22nd, let's give cheerfully and generously, church.